Hey, it's Jen and Camille.
Hi.
And today we are asking the question, as an actor, do I also need to be a business person? Yes. The answer is yes, unfortunately, or fortunately.
Yeah, it can be a little tricky sometimes for an actor to get to that kind of business part of their brain, but it's totally doable.
It used to be, back in the day, that you didn't really need to be a business person. You as an actor would come to LA and you were just kind of the groovy artist, and the business people took care of the business side of things and you just did your acting. But nowadays, you really need to embrace also understanding the business side of things.
Because it's show business.
That's right.
Okay, so what does that mean? As a business person, that means that you need to understand the different aspects of what a business is. So, marketing, finance, networking, product development, branding, understanding the market, educational development, which is you, and social media strategy. Essentially, you are the CEO of your business. You're the CEO of you.
Agents used to be a lot more developmental with actors than they are today. Now it's really expected as an actor that you walk into your agency meeting with something to show already. So actors are really expected nowadays to kind of hustle up their own work before they necessarily have an agent representing them. So this is kind of how the business side of acting applies to an actor. How do you get that initial work? And a lot of people talk about how it's such a catch-22 because it seems complicated to understand how to get a job without an agent, but you can't get an agent if you haven't already gotten jobs. So that's kind of complicated. So, but there is an answer. So how are actors approaching the business side of things? Some examples are actors are creating their own content, which means they're making their own films that they can be in, they're creating pilots that they can be in. It's becoming very popular for actors to intern in casting offices and agents' offices. So this is another example of actors kind of understanding the business side of things. Actors are submitting themselves for projects. So again, that's typically would be thought of as an agent's job, but now actors are submitting themselves. You don't have to do all of these things. You just pick one or two things that make sense to you to start building your business career as an actor. You don't have to give it everything. I used to have a great acting teacher named Larry Moss who used to say to us, your acting career is like a jealous mistress. It will take every ounce of energy you're willing to give it. Don't burn yourself out and become completely overwhelmed. You just give it enough that you're, giving it something every day, but still working on your craft as an actor.
That reminds me of a great quote that Amy Poehler actually says about acting, which is, treat your acting career like a bad boyfriend. So what that means is don't be completely consumed by this business. Like a bad boyfriend, you want to hang out with him because he's a lot of fun, but you don't necessarily want to put all your eggs in that basket, which is exactly what it is like with acting. Like a bad boyfriend may not always call you back, and LA may not always receive you, or you may perceive that LA is not always receiving you in a kind and lovely, generous way. But it is important to not put your self-worth into this industry. It has nothing to do with whether you're a good actor at all, whether you book the job or you don't book the job. As in any business, contacts are key, as I'm sure you know, because everybody talks about networking. What does that mean? It means being good to people, and they will be good back to you. It also means that as you start to show up for yourself, kind of doing some of the things that Jen has said, you start meeting people. You start meeting your peers that are doing projects that are awesome. You start meeting casting directors that love your work and really believe in you. You start meeting producers, you start meeting directors, and slowly but surely your network starts to grow and expand. That is how you network in LA.
So what else is a good CEO? A good CEO is confident. It's really hard to be confident when you first come to LA, or even when you live in LA and you hear all the crazy statistics about how competitive this business is and how much rejection there is. And the truth is, yeah, it is really competitive, and there are a lot of actors here doing the same thing that you're here to do. But you know what else there's a lot of? there's a lot of work. There's a lot of acting work in LA. There's more acting work in LA than anywhere else in the world, and that's more true today than it's ever been before. With the advent of cable stations and independent films and theater and the internet now having all kinds of stuff that actors can be in, there's a lot of work. There's enough for everybody that's serious, disciplined, and driven.
The other important part of being a CEO is cultivating and developing your mindset. A lot of people are going to come to LA and think, oh, this is a sprint. However, it is not a sprint here, it is a marathon. So I love that analogy. If you kind of think about it like that, it makes a lot of sense. The first leg of your journey or your run is just getting to LA. Getting to LA is an enormous success in and of itself. So congratulations if you're already here. The next leg is the next year, and the leg after that is the year after that. So each year you're sort of running another part of this marathon. As you continue to go along in your journey here, you're gonna have all these great cheerleaders that are gonna show up around you. And you're gonna develop this amazing community, and it's gonna grow and it's gonna expand, and pretty soon there's gonna be a casting director that loves you so much they're gonna do everything that they can to get you on their show. The other thing that's really exciting about LA, and as you're running this race, so to speak, you're also living your life. Along the way, you might meet someone and fall in love and get married, or you might decide to have kids, or you might write a film, or all of a sudden discover a day job that just is incredible and feeds you as much as your acting career. All of these things are possible in LA. It's a really awesome industry and place to be.
You do need to be a savvy business person, but part of that, I think, is also, like she said, really remembering that you're also living your life here and not getting too consumed in the business side of your career or in your career in general. You know, Camille takes yoga and she goes on hikes and she has a close network of friends that she sees all the time. You can really, in Los Angeles, like Camille said, take it slow, take it one day at a time, and build your life while you build your career.
Be excited for the surprises that happen along the way. So if there's anything else that you have questions about, join our membership. We'd love to work with you.
And just remember, you can do this.
You deserve to be here.